Well,
All right.
hello and welcome.
Hello and welcome.
This is episode number 73.
Episode number 73.
Might have been
It's an
72.
exciting
I
one.
think it's 73.
Travis told us. I think it's 73.
Yeah, he's the
I don't
mastermind
know.
here. And so, yeah, this is obviously, as you can tell by the title, a No Man's Sky review. Just me and Kirklin here.
Hello.
Ooh, what name? I don't think I have a name prepared. Do you have a name prepared?
Oh,
I am the Wonder Boy, Dylan Muss.
I am the interloper.
That's perfect. Actually, I'll change mine. I'm the Traveler.
Yeah,
So,
the traveler and the interloper here.
so yeah, No Man's Sky review. I almost don't know where to start with this game. I guess we could
Yeah.
say overalls, but I just want a quick disclaimer. If you're like on the edge about this game, and like I don't know if you haven't decided yet, I think the more you've known about this game just from like the internet outside sources,
Mhm.
I think everything you know takes away from the actual experience of the
Yeah,
game.
it's very true.
So if you're still on the fence, maybe come back and listen to this once you've played it or
Yeah.
made your decision whether or not you're going to buy it. But also this might serve as, whether or not you're going to buy it. There are
That
some
is
people
true.
who spoilers, they just love spoilers. And
Yeah.
that's where they decide things.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but
Mhm.
it is what it is.
So I don't know. Let's just start with quick overall.
Quick overall. Well,
What are you thinking so far?
Another disclaimer, just we have played a lot of hours in this game, but like overall, I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface
Yeah,
of like
me
what
neither.
there is just like to just see and like just to experience in this game, which is just what I love. Like I just love like vast open games, and that's like what this is. Like specifically, it's just like a vast open universe of you can just go
Yeah.
out there and explore. So yeah, and then
Overall good?
Overall, I am really enjoying this game. Every time I play it, I discover something new. There is like a lot of repetitiveness. If like
We'll get to the
yeah,
nitty-gritty of that.
yeah,
but
exactly. But there is a lot of that. There's a lot of interesting things to find. There's a lot of I don't know, like
there's a lot to do.
there is a lot to do, and yeah, I don't know.
I see.
Yeah.
I know. I pretty much feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like overall for me, I started and I was loving it, and then there were some things that kind of took me out, and
Yeah.
but now I'm like back into it. Where
Yeah.
I think there's so much more to do, and I just feel like because I haven't scratched the surface, I
Mhm.
almost don't feel like it's right to do a review now. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like
You gotta get
I don't
out
know
there.
if ever will be a right
Yeah,
time to
that
review
is
this
true.
game.
You
It
gotta get
seems
out
like it
there.
has
For
kind
the
of like
fans.
endless potential. Yeah,
We're doing this for the fans.
exactly.
But yeah, no, like what me and my buddy were saying, because I took like a 2-day break from the game, and then I started playing it again, because like we were just playing it like constantly, like
Yeah.
as much as we could, like every single second that I was at home, I was just playing this game, and like we didn't want to get to the point where you just get burnt out, and
Yeah.
you just like you kind of get tired of it, because it is a lot of repetitiveness, but it's also like it's what you do in the game that seems like it's all like your choice,
I
right?
think
Like,
it's one of those things where some people almost seems like they came into the game with the wrong mindset.
Yeah,
So
that
if you
is
look
true.
at the trailers, obviously in the trailers they're going to show the most beautiful planets with the
Yeah,
cool,
totally,
like the
yeah.
coolest landscapes and amazing life. And not
Yeah.
every planet's like that. The reality of the
No,
situation is there's a lot of
and that's
just
what
like
it is.
moons where
Yeah,
it's just like craters and
that's what it is in
nothingness.
real life, right? Like,
Yeah.
like over 95% of the planets out there like don't have life on them, right? Like it's just like a barren wasteland for you to explore, and I think that's really cool. But like I also like how, because like how you're just saying the moons. Like I went on this one moon, and like it was like super like hazardous conditions, but there's so many rare resources on it,
Nice.
and like the Sentinel level, like it was. I think it was about moderate, and like I was just like, okay, like I'm just gonna spend hours on this planet. I probably spent 4 hours on this moon.
Yeah.
It's one moon
A moon.
on a solar system that has like I don't know, in between 4 or 6 planets, and like there's like multiple moons in it, and I was just spending 4 hours on one moon, just mining it and
That's
stuff,
crazy.
and like that's just what I was doing for a long time. I was just like a miner / trader. Like I would just fill up my ship. Like I actually have like a pretty decent ship, like. Because, I don't know, I was all about, like, the slots at first, just so I could fit the most stuff in there. So I would just load it up with, like, the rarest resources, go to the...
Yep.
There was no trading post on the moon, because it's just, like, inhabited, no life or anything. But, so I just go to the space station, just make profits off that. And I just did that for, like, hours.
Yeah.
And I just loved it.
That's what I love about
I
this
just
game.
loved
Is
it, yeah.
It seems like what people have to say is like a little like a scenario or a certain
Yeah.
planet they found. So let's talk about like from the very beginning, because I absolutely adore how they start this game. Right?
Yeah,
You
me
spawn.
too.
You just like it has like the galaxy loading screen, right?
Mhm.
And then you just pop up. You're on a random planet. You see you have a broken ship,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, go.
Yeah.
And that's all it gives you.
I
There's,
love that.
There's no tutorial in any way.
Yeah.
And there's not even like an objective. All it says is
Yeah.
fix your ship, and then it's like loosely tells you how to do that.
Yeah, and did you see like the one like red beacon thing? How it gives you at the beginning
Yeah.
gives you a choice, and I thought that was really cool because right there, like it gives you like yes or no, basically. Like, do you want the follow the atlas or whatever, or do you want to just go on your own? And it's just like I feel like that actually like makes a big difference on like kind of what happens in the game. Like, it makes it a lot more either linear or just you do whatever you want. And like that's what I love about this game. Is just like they just built this universe and you just do what you want.
And exactly, and like they don't really know how it's even going to start for someone. So like, for example, the game didn't come out on PC for like 3 years after PS4. So I was at my friend's playing on PS4, and the world that we spawned on. To me, I was wondering if like everyone kind of starts on the same planet.
That's what I was thinking too.
Because that was a very cookie cutter, like kind of bland. It was just like beige ground with like some interesting plants. You go up the hill and there's like a shelter with like a stack of iridium which you need to fix your ship. So I was wondering if everyone kind of spawns on like a similar sort of planet. But then the one I spawned on when I actually got the game was just like mountains and like craters and stuff, and it was just like acid rain, and I was like, oh my god.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking. Because as soon as I started playing, like I pre-downloaded it, I started playing at 9, like the day before it came out, because it's 3 hours ahead because we're Western time or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I just like I spawned in and like because like how you said, like it just sits you in this planet, just in this random universe somewhere, like just somewhere in this dot, just like this speck in like the galaxy. It's just like it's so cool. But that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, oh, maybe this is just like sort of like a tutorial, sort of like prologue thing. But like, I was playing, I was on this planet and it was like super hot. So like my heat shields or whatever was going down.
Your feet were burning.
Yeah, exactly. My feet. You saw my Snapchat. But yeah, no, like, so I just kind of sat in my ship until my shields went up, and because I had no idea what to do at the beginning, and then you just kind of wander around, and then you kind of get your bearings. But then that's what I was thinking too, and then I texted my buddy, and he sent me a Snapchat, and he was on like this like super cold frozen world that started, and I'm like, I just love how you just start random, like just totally,
Everyone has a different experience.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess it could be like a pro or a con, and that's one thing that I love is that too many games these days I find just hold your hand and tell you exactly what to do and how to do it, and it's easy. But in this game, like a lot of people were complaining about like managing your inventory, and for me, like when I was first playing the game, like my inventory's full, that sucks. But then when I finally got my hands on the game and like I was playing on my own account, I already learned the basic stuff. I haven't like never really had a problem with like inventory full because. You kind of learn how to deal with your inventory. You learn that
totally.
in your character's like holding an element, you can hold 250 in one slot, but in your ship you can hold 500.
Yeah,
so it's
really
better to
like
store
that.
that stuff
I really like
in
that.
your ship. You learn little like tricks and stuff, and you have to learn that stuff.
Yeah,
and that's what I love.
That's what I love about it as well. And it's like it just makes me like I'm not gonna compare the game to like an Elder Scrolls sort of game, but like for Elder Scrolls sort of game, like it's really cool how like you start, but same sort of thing how we were saying, like I didn't like how you start the exact same way every single time. So like when I got like Skyrim on the PC, like I download a mod and it'll just spawn you randomly, and I just love that. I just love that because you just start the game totally new, and it's just like it's a brand new experience, and like that's what I loved about starting this game. Is that like it says something at the very beginning, and then you just wake up and you're just there, and it's just like, okay, just go, and it's just like, oh my god, like I just felt so overwhelmed because I didn't know where to start, right? And that's what me and my buddy, because we were just in a party chat while we were playing, just talking about it, and I'm just like, I don't even know what to do. Like I was just sitting in space, just just floating there, and then all of a sudden like I just see a planet, and I'm just like. It says like I'll get there in like 6 hours. Like I just love how everything's like actual to scale, and it's just like it just blows my mind how everything's so big. Like if you see like a huge planet, you're like, oh, I'm pretty close, and you're like boosting to it, and it still takes like 30 seconds.
It's funny the first time you do that, right? You're going like as fast as you can possibly imagine, and it's like you'll be there in a minute and a half. It's like, oh, all right.
And then it's like when you get there, like you think that you're close, but like once you actually get close to the planet, it's just huge, and it's just so like mind blowing, and it's just But anyways,
well,
where do you want to go from there?
I don't know. I just have right now for my notes. I pretty much just made a list of pros and then cons, and then just like other random points. So let's talk about some pros right now. Start out with some positive stuff. For me, I love the music. I think it's
it's such atmosphere,
very
to
atmospheric,
it, and like especially like when you go to a new solar system, because you have no idea what you're gonna see, right? And like that was like the first time I was explaining. Like, I got to this one system, there's 6 planets, but the whole thing was just green, and I just loved it. I'm like, whoa, like, I was not expecting this, and it's just, like, everything looks so cool, and then, like, as soon as you, like, pulse in or whatever, like, that music's playing, and it's just, like, so, like ambiance, and then you see, like, a couple other ships just, like, warp in, you're just like, holy crap, like, this is so cool.
It's super fitting, right? It puts
totally.
you... One thing, for me, I'll talk about more in the cons, but this game's all about immersion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Feeling like you're there,
Yeah.
and the music is perfect for that. It's not too overwhelming. Then when sentinels are near, it plays like the sort of like battle theme, I guess.
Totally.
And that fits perfectly. The sound effects in general, I would say, are maybe a little lackluster, pretty like average, but the music stands out as being particularly good.
Yeah, oh totally. And like I feel like they will like make some like little like hotfix changes to like some of the audio things. Like me and my buddy were saying, because we were just playing it for so much, and we were just like mining constantly, and it's just like, what it's like energy depleted on your weapon or whatever, and you just hear that voice constantly. So it's just like,
okay, one thing that's like it's definitely a bug, because sometimes when I'm playing this game, and this is actually a really good game to play. This may sound like it makes it a bad game to play while I was watching Lord of the Rings and playing it, and so like it's a good thing. It's a good game to play. You know, if you just want to mine a bunch of gold or something, and you know, just earn some units or something. That's what you want to do in the next 2 hours of playing the game. Yeah. So it's good. You can do other stuff, but you can turn the music off. You can turn the sound down, but you can't. But no matter what, that voice.
Oh yeah, it's
always there. It doesn't
go away.
I'm sure
change that, but yeah,
it's definitely just a bug. But you can turn the sound effects off. Energy low. Yeah. I'm at 75%. I'm not low.
Yeah, it's so funny. I just love that.
Let's talk about the graphics next.
Graphics.
Obviously the trailers was more just like obviously they show the good planet, the better looking planets, but just in general the graphics aren't quite what the trailer's shown, which you expect from pretty much any game.
Yeah. Very true.
I did bump up the settings on my PC as much as I could, and it looks better, but it's still just not like top of the line like 10 out of 10 graphics that the trailers made it look like.
Yeah, it's definitely like a different style. Like like it's not like Borderlands, but it's almost similar to that. How it's like a different art style. Like it's almost like a cartoony art style,
right?
Which like I have no problem with.
It's hard to talk about the graphics really because it very much just depends on where you are.
Some planets
look like shit,
and
they're supposed to. Some of the graphics are bad.
Oh, I know.
And then some of them look phenomenal. Like I was talking to you earlier. I found this one planet that was like mostly water, like probably 60 or 70% water. But then when you were on land, it was just like this beautiful blue grass that's flowing in the wind, and like red trees. Just it totally changes depending on whether it's day or night. And you can there's like coral reefs. And
I love finding things like that because it's just like I could spend whole day.
I was on that planet for so long.
Oh, like actually, it's just like it's so cool, and it's just like man, like I wish I could just stay here and then just like come back to it, but. Yeah, I'll just like tell a quick story. Like I remember when I landed on a planet and I was just like mining whatever I was looking for. Like I was just walking in a straight direction, and then I'm just like, oh, like, and it was on like one of those extreme planets or whatever. So your bar or whatever will go. I forget what it's called. Just,
and then like the weather storms. And
stuff. Like that was or like it wasn't a weather storm yet, but it was just like it was super hot or something. So it was just like constantly draining. And like I didn't realize how far I was walking until I like looked back, and my ship was so far I couldn't even see it. Like I couldn't really find it. Like the beacon's there, but at first I couldn't see it. So I was just kind of mining, and then I was getting pretty low. I'm like, oh crap! Like I don't really have any like plutonium to like recharge my stuff. So I was looking for plutonium. I found some, and then a storm was coming in, right? And I was just like, oh crap! Like I should probably like there's no way I can get back to my ship because I've just been walking for like probably like 10 minutes, like so long. And then I found this cave, and I went in the cave, so it kind of like saved me. And then like this cave just has so much like life to it, like really cool. Like
the caves are one really of my. Cool. I just put that as like a point as a pro of its own. The caves are phenomenal.
The caves are so.
There's like the stalagmites, and stalactites hanging from them.
Yeah, it's like the iron. It's really really cool, and like there's so many like just rare valuables in there, and
like the red. Have you seen like the little like red like laser specks that kind of float around in the caves and stuff? It's just like a little effect, and it's just like these red things floating around, and it's really. I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
The caves are just they're I don't know what the word is, lively. I don't know. They feel they're very interesting to walk through.
Yeah,
even though like
absolutely.
there's sometimes like interesting like unique stuff in there. Sometimes there's not, but I'll just walk through them anyway. Because
like that's what I was gonna say. Like I was just hiding in this cave waiting for a storm to pass so I could make it back to my ship. And then like I just went in the cave for like so long, and I'm just like. I forgot how I got here, why I came here, but like I just want to keep like discovering what's in this cave, right? And then I like popped out another side, and then I'm just like I have no idea where I am, but like it's not like it's a bad thing, like it's a pro, right? Because it's just like
you can always find your ship again. So you just go for it.
You're so immersed in this world that it's just like I get so immersed, like from the music, the like the ambiance, like the style, and then like I just like I turn a corner and there's just like this alien looking thing, and I'm like, whoa, what is that thing? It's just like, and like frick, what are they called? They're just like the carnivore, I guess, like the monsters that like actually like try and like eat you. The first time I ever found one of those guys, I was just on a moon planet, or a moon, and I landed, and I was because as soon as I landed, like my thrusters or whatever were empty, so I needed to find plutonium to like recharge them. Because at the beginning, I was so bad at like keeping track of.
Yeah, now I never run out of plutonium.
Yeah, I never run out because I always keep like a stack in my ship or whatever, so I'm always prepared.
Whenever I see it, pick it up. Yeah.
But like at the time, I was just like, oh crap, I'm out. So like I couldn't take off, and there's these things just like surrounding my ship, and like I was like, crap, like I can't just take off. So I was just kind of like sitting in my ship, and then they just weren't going away, and then they started kind of drifting away. So I just like booked it, and then they started chasing me again, and then I found like these just like sort of like plateau pillars like sticking on the ground, and like I used my jetpack to like fly on top of one, and I was just like sitting there for probably like 5 minutes at least, and then I found some plutonium, and I was just so I went down and got it, and I was just kind of sitting on that thing again because these things were just like swarming me, and like at the time I had like the worst, like the basic stuff,
the basic gun,
like I had no bolt caster on my weapons, I just had like the mining tool, but I was just like, and then like I finally got back to my ship, and I'm like there's no quest line in this game. Like, that just happened. Like, I just discovered that, and that just happened. And it just became so much fun. Like, me, like, running for my life, like, just trying to, like, survive. And I was just like, I love this game so much. And, like, that was, like, my initial reaction.
That's a good point. Just in general, like, the animals and creatures, at first, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of iffy on them because they don't really do a whole lot. Like, I guess some attack you and some don't. But, like, you can like, tame them. You can give them carbon. Some of them want iridium. Doesn't matter. And, like, they'll get you stuff sometimes. So
the animals?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I haven't discovered that yet. I usually avoid them, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, there is, like, I would say there's more, like, that are friendly or just defensive.
Yeah, that is true.
Rather than, like, the aggressive ones that'll hunt you down. But, yeah, you can, like, give them stuff and they, like most of them want carbon, but some of them are, like, iridium life forms. And if you kill them, that's usually, like, the type of thing they give you. So it's cool. Different animals, like, live off of different elements and stuff. And
that is really cool, actually.
They are kind of limited. Like, you can't... it'd be cool if you could ride them. That'd be a fun feature.
Be super cool,
But as of right now, they kind of just, like... Sometimes they'll bring you, like, some titanium. I don't know. It's kind of, like... It's kind of boring, but I do like them just because there's so many different... It's like Spore, right? It just feels like Spore. It feels like Spore is just, like,
totally what I was
a game that was, like, thrown into, like, the code for this game or something, right?
No, that's totally what I was compared to.
Yesterday I was walking around on... I can't remember. I can't remember what the planet... Actually, I think it was, like, a snow planet. Yeah. And it was, like, these giant praying mantis, like, spider creatures. And I took a photo. I have them, like, saved on my... I analyzed them, right? Put them on my book, because they're so cool. And then I found these little ones that look like little Ewoks or, like, Mudmen or something.
Oh, no, yeah, I saw your Snapchat.
I love them. And they're so cute. There's, like, baby ones. And then, each one you highlight, it'll tell you, like, whether or not they're herbivore or carnivore.
Yeah, no, I love that picture.
Their aggressiveness and, like... how old they are, things like that. And I think I love that. When I was first playing the game, I didn't even know you could, like, analyze them and save them. And so I was like, man, it kind of sucks. I'll never get to, keep this guy. But it's like, oh yeah, you can actually save them. You can give them names and stuff.
I know. I found that feature just by accident. I was just like accidentally hit the trigger. Yeah. I use a controller. Actually, use a controller.
Yeah, I've been using a controller. I like it for this kind of game.
Yeah. So I just I just like randomly like pressed it and I just like zoomed in real quick. I'm like, whoa, what was that? And then you just like analyze things. And then I spent so long analyzing everything, like the plants, like the creatures, like everything. And I was just like, oh my god, like this is so cool, just discovering everything. I'm like an explorer
there is
slash
so many
trader.
Like crazy types of creatures, right?
Oh my goodness,
these weird dog griffin things.
I know, like that one.
These little blobs that just jump around.
I know, I found one, it looked so funny. I think I sent you one. It was like flying around, but it just looked so jacked. But it was like a herbivore. So just like I'm like, I don't know how he got so much muscle mass just by being a herbivore, but it looked so great. I'm like it's just, and there were just tons of them.
I've seen like a bunch that are just so jacked, like on their hind legs, and their back legs are just nothing. It's like, wow.
Oh, I know, it looks so hilarious. Funny. Yeah, like there's so many just like random things that you find that it's just like, I don't know, like I never feel like I'm just like, oh, like I've seen that. It's just like I'm just like, whoa, like what is that? Like I was not expecting to see that creature ever, and I just love that. That sense of just like you're literally just an explorer. Like you just like that's what the genre is. It's a space exploration game, and that's like I think
some planets you won't find a single creature. Some planets you'll find like just like 20 different types of things.
Oh, I know, and that's why I love...
like the water creatures are so cool too.
Yeah.
I've seen like flying like whale slug things.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like all sorts of nutty things.
I know. The one thing I will add that I kind of wish that they had was like when you warp to a new system, you kind of lose like where that was. Like it's really hard to find unless you kind of know exactly where that was. And like there's been
really memorable planets, you gotta give them a memorable name. That way you can always
totally. But like that's what I mean though. Like if you leave the solar system, like unless you know exactly where that solar system is, it won't be marked, which I kind of don't like. Right. But because like there's been planets where I'm like it's just rich in resources. Like that one moon planet that I was just like basically strip mining because it just had so many good things.
I think the reason they do that, right, is because
so you just go.
You pretty much are never going to go back to anything, right? You just keep moving forward, and it's kind of sad, but that's why I like the analyzing feature and the ability to name and upload those things because that way, you can never go back there, but you can remember like, oh man, I love that planet. That planet was so cool. I hope I can find one like that again, and you probably will, right? Because it might never be the exact same, but it could be similar.
Yeah, no, that is true.
I'm wondering if that'll ever be a feature where you can like. Well, because there's like portals or something that people are still trying to figure out. Apparently,
oh really?
I don't know. Haven't really delved into that myself.
Yeah,
but
like my one buddy, he actually just followed like, did you find like the Atlas Trail or whatever? Because there's like the Golden Trail, which is to the center of the whatever, and then there's like the Atlas Trail, which is like the purple one or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't like I said, I think I've only been like 3 or 4 systems. Like I've been spending a lot of time on like, oh, I think this planet's cool. I'm just gonna stay here for like. Next 4 hours.
Oh, I know, and I just love that you can do that. Like it's just so open to the user to what you want to do. So that's what I love.
I feel like if I don't spend at least some time on every planet, that I might be missing something awesome. Yeah. But at the same time, I also kind of want to progress the story a little bit. So I think I'm just gonna keep warp selling it and just fly off.
I know. That's what I was thinking too, because I'm like. Well, like, the center of the galaxy is always going to be there. Like, I can just always, like, just be looking at, like, random things and just finding new things. And, like, that's why... Like, I literally, like, I went into the galactic map and I just went free exploration mode. I just, like, kind of randomly chose one. I'm like, oh, this one has 6 planets. I'm just going to go there. And I just, like, chose it. And I just went there. And I spent so long just in that one thing. Because there's 6 planets. It takes so long to, like, explore, like,
planets
each planet.
Are massive.
Oh, they are.
You're never going to discover even, like, an entire moon, let alone a planet.
I know. Because it's true to the scale, right? Yeah. So it's, like, it'll take forever to go around. But, yeah, no, I just love... Like, I don't know, like, I just love being on a planet, and then, like, I saw an eclipse, a solar eclipse one time.
Oh, really?
It looked so cool.
That's amazing.
Like, and, like, I was
I've seen some cool sunsets, but,
Yeah, no, because I was actually, like, not on a planet. I was on a spaceship, and, like, you know, there's, like, a window behind, like, the guys that you talk to. Sometimes there's a window. Right. But anyways, like, I was just, like, sitting there, and I was talking to the guy, I just looked over, and, like, the sun was right there, and I don't know if it was a moon or a planet, but it was just, like, kind of, like, going like that, like, over the moon, or over the sun. I'm like... I'm gonna see an eclipse right here, and I just sat there, and it just like went over, and it just looked so cool. Like it's like, you know, like basically like the Ring movies, where it's like the eclipse. I'm like, oh my god! I sent my buddy a Snapchat. I should have sent you a Snapchat, but it was just so cool. I think I might have actually. I don't know. There's been a lot of back and forth.
There's been a lot of Snapchats. This is definitely a good Snapchat.
Yeah.
What next? Let's. I love the way the NPCs overall. We'll talk about. More honestly in my con section, there's some things I don't like, but I love the language system. I love
that is true.
I love how it's just kind of like a glorified Mad Lib system.
Yeah,
kind of. You know,
totally.
You learn words here and there for the 3 or 4 different types of life.
I know. I really really like that too. And like that was like my buddy was the first person to tell me that like different solar systems are like ran by different races.
Yeah.
So and I didn't know that for a while. And it's like whatever alien is in the space station, that's like what their race is that like covers it, and like there's different styles of ships for like different races and stuff, which is really
different
cool.
Buildings too.
Yeah, totally. And so like if have you seen any like distress signals or anything?
Like there's some like out in space.
Yeah,
right?
out in space. Yeah,
I haven't seen any.
Those like unless you got a good ship, like you're gonna get messed up.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of pirates, but like if you defend the pirates, then like your reputation with whatever race will go up, and like you can just destroy like the supply ship or whatever, and like get the supplies, but then you'll get like a bounty level or whatever. Which like, what do you think about the bounty level system?
I haven't even encountered that yet, honestly.
Oh, really?
Because I haven't like I tried to do, or I saw one like spaceship. I don't know if he was like space pirates or anything, but I shot at him and I was like, I'm gonna see what happens here. But I haven't actually upgraded my ship. I haven't found like any like. Because when I was playing on my friend's house on her PS4, we kept running into like crashed ships.
Yeah.
But I've found like maybe one.
I've only found one, and
like I don't have enough money to buy anything that I want to buy for shipwise. So like my ship's still pretty lame. So when I was fighting that like space pirate or whatever it was, I just got bodied and I was like, okay, I'm out of here. I don't want to die. I'm going.
Oh, I know. One thing I actually learned that.
So how does the bounty system?
Bounty system. I've only ever gotten a 3-star because I was on this one planet.
GTA style.
Yeah, a 3-star exactly. That's just what I compared it to.
Yeah.
Because it's like 5 stars. That's what it is basically.
Is it? That's funny.
I think that's what it is. It's just like the Sentinel levels or whatever. Because I was on this one planet, and if you there's these venom sacks that if you kill them and you harvest it, you can sell like each one for like 25 grand or something. Like it's a lot of money. Yeah. But you get an instant 3-star. So you kind of want to be like strong or whatever, because like the cops will come get you or whatever, the Sentinels. And but yeah, no, my buddy told me to just basically like every time you see a Sentinel, just like kill him, because then you get titanium and you can just sell that for a lot. So I was like, I probably won't do that. But then I discovered the venom sacks. I'm like, I can make a lot of money off this, but obviously it's illegal in that like part of the planet or whatever. So then you get a wanted level. So I did that for a little bit, and then I just got messed up by the Sentinels. So I'm like, all right.
There's like, I've only encountered a couple, but obviously there's like the basic flying around drones. Yeah. But then there's also like kind of like these big crab-like creatures. Yeah. And then there's even like bigger ones than that.
Yeah, because like I remember seeing on the trailers, like they had like Star Wars style like AT-AT things that like walked around. Not like the walking camel ones, but like the 2-legged ones. But like I saw it was like a dog sort of shape, and it like shoot laser at you, and it kind of messed me up. So I kind of avoided those things. Yeah. But I don't know, like I'm not really trying to be like a hardcore like battle guy that like suits up for battle. Like I'm just like a miner basically. Yeah. So it's like the only time they come and see me is when I'm like strip mining. I'm like, this guy's checking me out. So I'll just like cap him or whatever, pop him like pop a cap in him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I guess when it comes down to like the races, like, I think there's just kind of like 3 different types. There's obviously the Gek, Viking, and then Korvax.
Korvax, yeah.
And it seems like they all kind of have their own different backstory and like cultures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm still obviously you kind of learn more about that. I'm not actually a huge fan of how it's kind of like your standing with the Korvax has increased, or it's like your knowledge of the Korvax has increased, because I feel like sometimes my standing with them makes sense to go up, but it says a lot of the time, when you go to a monolith or something, your knowledge of the Korvax has increased. But like I don't feel like as a player I've actually learned anymore. It's just like saying that has happened.
It basically unlocks something for your character, but you
might learn a couple new words.
But, like, I agree with you. Like I like games where it's similar to like the Elder Scrolls or whatever. Like you find notes, or like Dishonored, for example. Like you find notes and like you don't have to read them, but like when you do, like you learn backstories of that or whatever, and like a lot of it has to do with what you're doing, right? Yeah. So it's like you don't have to, but it kind of like it doesn't really help you like play the game, but it just gives you the knowledge, and like I just love learning about those things. So I agree with you on that point. Like I like kind of like if you found something and it's all in an alien language, but if you know those words, you can kind of decipher it. Like I would like it if it's like that. So I do agree with you there. How like when you go to the monolith, all you do is really like hit a button, and then it just like tells you something or whatever.
And I like the. I guess when you're trying to like unlock certain systems and you have to do like a little math equation. Yeah. They are kind of repetitive, and you'll find like it's pretty much the same formula. So it's not super in depth, but I mean I think it's cool. I think it's fun. A little bit.
I just how you were saying earlier, like I do really like how you learn like one word at a time. So then like when a person says to you, it's like, I kind of know like a couple words, so I can kind of like make out what he's trying to say.
Yeah, dude, I was so stoked yesterday. I got the word for ore, not like a mineral, but like just and ore, you know. Like the basic word, I'm like, that's so awesome. Now I have like that essential word.
Yeah, no, and like they use it in a lot of like phrases or whatever. But yeah, like I remember my buddy was saying like he unlocked so many words that like he had played it like way more than me like before this, and like he knew every word that a guy said one time, and I was like, that's so cool, and like because he just like knows. Yeah,
I'm still at the point where sometimes I'll know 0 of the words.
Yeah, no, 100. Yeah, like
most of the time I get like traveler. Yeah, they love traveler.
Interloper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like for me too.
I like how you kind of. Yeah, and interloper. I don't know. Is that like you're standing with them, or because it goes from like client to like friend,
special relationship.
Yeah, so it kind of goes up and down.
Yeah, like
I think that's pretty cool.
I think it's only the Vikings that have called me a interloper.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I might just be like.
Yeah, it seems like each race has their own way of like talking to people.
Yeah.
What do you think about the NPCs like overall?
Well, they're a little like flat. I don't know.
Lackluster.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I would really like it if they're like when you go to a space station, there's one person. Like I kind of like if there's multiple people around or whatever. But I don't know.
That's the way I see it, right? Because like even when you're just going on a planet and you see every building you go there, each one just has like one guy in there, and it's kind of like these people are supposed to, or these NPCs, these species, they're supposed to feel really powerful. Mm-hmm. They almost don't come across that way. Like the immersion doesn't quite get me there, just because like there's one guy in this building, and for the most part they're like sitting in a chair, and like they move their head and stuff, but like they don't walk around. Like it'd be cool if even like you don't even ever see anything outside on a planet, right?
Yeah, no, and like they don't move; they just sit there.
Yeah, so that's one of the bigger cons for me is that the immersion level of the NPCs is like it's not quite there, right? They feel animatronic, and obviously the Korvax are robots, but they all kind of feel animatronic.
That is very true. Like it feels like someone like just put it so that like on a planet you'll see one person or whatever. Like it's not like it's just random. Like you might see like 6 guys just like talking or something. Mm-hmm. Like you don't really come across that, which definitely is a con. Yeah. Overall.
And I mean all these things like all the cons like for me they make sense because it's like an indie company, you know.
Yeah.
A small team. It makes sense, but it's still like I want 100% immersion, and the NPCs kind of take away. And then even like we mentioned before, how each species has like their different type of building on the outside, but on the inside it's all the same.
Similar,
it's just like you kind of see the cookie cutter similar like setup for it. Yeah. It's sort of randomly generated, but at the same time it's like, well, if you're randomly generated as a pool of like 3 different setups, then it's not really there. And then like since each race is like the same, it's kind of I don't know. It's a little bit disappointing sometimes, but I still enjoy going and finding the buildings and talking to them. I do like talking to them because each one kind of has a different scenario, I guess, in the top right, and then obviously their sentence in the bottom left. And they're still cool. You can trade with them. You can get fuel from them. You can do this, do that.
I do really like that as well.
And the Gek are like so funny. I love them, and they exude little scents and stuff to like talk to you. Yeah. The Korvax are kind of like, I don't know, they're kind of strange.
Yeah, they're just like.
And I haven't actually encountered the Viking in my own playthrough yet, so like I don't know.
Haven't?
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I've seen them on like when I was playing with my friend's PS4.
They look pretty funny. Yeah.
But I haven't really like I don't really know what their personality's like yet. I guess.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the warriors, though.
Yeah, and do you know that, like, when you go to space station, like, every ship that comes in, you can buy that ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because I didn't know that for a while.
I think that's... I almost feel like it'd be cooler if, like, each one was different. Like, this guy's only selling stuff, this guy's only buying stuff, or this guy...
I do agree with that. It's just, you have the same
obviously the option.
Everyone.
It's cool to have the option there.
Yeah.
On space stations, though, those are pretty disappointing. Each one, so far that I've seen... is like the exact same on the inside. Regardless of race. Yeah. Like they all look cool on the outside, they're different shapes and stuff, but they're all the exact same on the inside. Yeah. And then obviously if you have no Atlas passes, they're even more lame. Yeah. And I don't have any yet because I haven't progressed far enough.
Yeah, my buddy got an Atlas pass from he says like
you get them from these space anomalies.
Yeah.
Like
that's where you found them. And what was I gonna say?
This is the game I talk about how I think looking anything up ruins it, but I was honestly a little frustrated, like, how much the Atlas, not having any, like, version 1 Atlas Pass, how much it, like, restricts you and makes space stations really lame. Like, I'm really disappointed by space stations, so, like, that's the one thing I looked up, and it's just, like, space anomalies. I'm okay. That's enough for me. I don't want to look up more than that.
Yeah, like how you're saying, like, you just kind of want to, like, discover it on your own. Like, I definitely feel the exact same way. Like, when you go in, what was I just going to say? Space stations,
ships.
It'll come to me. But anyways, just going back to space stations, like I liked how they're kind of different designs on the outside, but like you said, on the inside, it's very, very lackluster. Like you go in there, you just go to the right.
There's 2 ramps.
Exactly.
One you can't go into, you don't know past the other one. There's a guy sitting there.
Yeah, exactly. And
it's just like if you can predict what's going to happen. For this game, it's like, well, I would have liked something else.
And I was kind of hoping like there would be some solar systems that like weren't discovered by people, like there wouldn't even be a space station, like it's just totally like empty, like you just totally discover. Like I think that'd be cool, but obviously. I don't
It
know.
seems like every solar system has one space station.
Yeah.
It kind of seems.
Yeah.
Is that how it is
I
for
think
you
that's what
too?
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Because everyone I've gone in, I've seen a space
Yeah.
station.
How about what do you think of the ships? I think the ships. I don't know how many different types there is.
There's quite a few.
It seems like there's a pretty solid mix.
Yeah.
They're all like the same, which is kind of
Yeah.
unfortunate. I wish they kind of flew like you'd have to learn how to drive them differently, whereas they're all the exact same when you're inside.
Yeah, you just like know.
But there's a lot of different cool.
Yeah, like the designs.
There's like one that kind of looks like Django or Jango Fett's ship. It's like
oh yeah,
it's
no,
like
yeah,
vertical.
I totally saw that
cool.
one too. Yeah, and like different races have like different styles of ships.
Yeah,
I found
for sure. Yeah.
But like there's a lot of the same ships, and like that's one thing that I kind of hope that they'll change like on DLCs or like later on like add-on content.
I wish you could like change like the paint color too.
Yeah,
like make
a lot more
adjustments.
customizable.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things in this game that like it definitely make it better.
You can definitely customize your ship like internally and how it runs, but yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
I also I don't really like how much autopilot it is. Like obviously it's nice if you see the planet, it's like a minute away. Obviously I can hands-free get there. But when I'm on a planet, like there's no fear that you're gonna crash.
No, yeah.
Even if you drive directly into the Earth, it like helps you out. And
that'd be cool.
It'd be cool if you could turn it on and off.
Yeah.
Because I would turn it off just for like I want to learn how to fly.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas right now I feel like I can't mess up.
Yeah, exactly. Like that'd be cool if you like crash your ship and then you like can't leave until you fix it, right?
Yeah.
Like, that I think that'd be really cool. Like there's definitely a lot of things that this game could like add to just make it like amazing, but like as like an overall, like they basically just set up like the base of the universe, and like they could just add on to every like they don't have to change the universe at all because it's like it's just out there, like it's.
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I know exactly, but like they could definitely add things to it, which would definitely make it like a great, just like space RPG that they could make. But like they're definitely going space exploration or whatever.
Similar to ships, the weapons. I think so far I've seen a ton of different. Like,
I've seen a lot of tons.
They get some. There's like some that are like look pretty organic, even like they have like horns on them and stuff.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen too many of those.
And then the one I have right now is like pretty sick. It's just like a dank blaster, and some are like more like rifles. And stuff.
No, I have a
I'm really happy with the weapons.
Yeah, the multi.
And you can I like the upgrades you can make to that. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I really like that because I think it was a Viking character maybe, but he was just like talking and like he was talking in his language, and I knew a couple of the words, so I kind of deciphered what he was saying, and it was just like you could offer him something, or you could just like walk away, and and like sometimes when you walk away, you like offend them or whatever, and then you're like you said, the relationship goes down, and like that part just kind of. I don't know. It's just like a hit or miss a lot of the time when you
don't have enough of the words.
Exactly. Like you're just a 50-50 guess, right? But when like there was a soldier and he was just like sad for some reason, and I forget what I gave him, but I gave him something, and then he offered me his weapon. It was this dope ass like two-handed blaster, and it came with so many upgrades that I didn't even need a bowcaster because like it made like my mining beam better for fighting, right? Yeah. So it was just like, and I was like, oh my god, like it was so sick. It had so many different slots and everything in it. I was like, that's so sick, and then. My buddy that had been playing for so much longer than me, he had like the same weapon. Like he was just like, man, like I've not found any weapons, but he got so many upgrades for his ship. Yeah. So
I'm the opposite. I like going through so many weapons. I'm like I have a ton of suit upgrades, but my ship is still. I'm still literally on the starting ship.
The starting ship.
Although I did get the pre-order ship, which is like
ship,
which is cooler
than
the actual default ship.
Yeah, I got a ship. I think it has like 22 slots, maybe 23 slots. Nice. I don't know. I just use it.
Mine's like 17.
It's pretty dope ship. I might have a photo of it, but maybe not. Maybe I'll show you after. It's just like I don't know. Like it almost reminds me of just like a Millennium Falcon sort of ship. Not the shape or anything, but it's just like it's such a multi-use tool. Like it's just like it's not built as like a fighter jet. It's just like it has slots that you can fit in, but it still can kind of defend itself. Like it's just kind of like a jack of all trades ship. So I just love it. I just fell in love with my ship.
That's what you want.
Yeah, exactly. And then my buddy, he just has like a 30 slot like cargo ship that he just used to like strip mine planets, and he just makes so much money off of it. Like it's just like there's so many different.
Everyone definitely has their own story.
Yeah, and it's just like there's gonna be a point where I'm like, I just want to be a space pirate. Like I just want to get a battleship or whatever, and just like go like.
You go through character progression.
Yeah, exactly.
Who are you?
Who are you? That's the question.
Another thing to talk about is monoliths / ruins. What do you think of those? The ruins, I think they're really cool. The randomly generated part of it is like every time I've come across one, they're like pretty different. Mm-hmm. Although they all are like the same textures and stuff. Yeah. And the only part I don't like is that if you're in like a Gek universe or Gek solar system, I should say, the ruins on that are pretty much they're the same as like the Korvax ruins.
Yeah,
so that like doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe the ruins are from like the Atlas or something. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's something like,
but they look pretty cool.
Yeah, they definitely do look cool. Like every time I come across one, I'm like, oh, this is awesome, right? But
actually, I guess they kind of have like the orbs, so I guess maybe they are like Atlas. So
yeah,
it makes sense.
That's one of those things where it's like if you follow the Atlas or whatever, maybe you'll find out more about that. Which that's always the question, I guess.
That's always the question.
That's always the question. But yeah, no. Every time I come across them, I'm just like I'm stoked because it's just like you said, like they could be more different depending on the race and everything, which yeah, there's just so many questions to like the overall like which is what's in this universe.
How about the monoliths?
Monoliths.
What do you think of those? Look, what they do. I don't know.
I don't know.
What's your you no opinion? What are you feeling?
I mean, yeah, every time I come across one, I check it out. It's nothing that's just like, whoa, like what is this? Because you kind of get used to them, right?
They're all similar, yeah.
They
Sometimes you see like the exact same one. It feels like.
Yeah, but yeah, like I haven't come across too many, to be honest. Like, so every time I see them, like they are kind of rare in a sense.
Well,
but...
yeah, they definitely are more rare than like a shelter or space base.
Yeah, or like a trading post or something.
Yeah.
I know. Every time I'm on a planet, actually just going to trading post, I get so pumped when I find a trading post because that means I don't have to leave the planet to like sell stuff. So I'm just like, man, I can just, and then like, I just love seeing like the giant like nuggets of like gold or like iridium or like I'm just like, yes, like I can just like make bank because like that's just what I am, right? Like I'm just a miner / trader. Like that's just how I make my living in the big universe.
In the
so
big
it's just like, and like there's like I remember my
GeekVerse.
Yeah, exactly. But my cousin came over and. He like all he wanted to do was just like shoot ships and stuff, and like he was like, and he was having a blast, and I'm like, I have not done any of this.
Blast,
yeah, exactly. But he got me a bunch of achievements because he was just like shooting things that I would probably never do because I'm just like, oh, like there's so many different options that you can do.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's because you're kind of just talking about adventures, whereas I have more of like a pros con list that I've
that is true. Pros cons like.
One thing
we can go to pros and cons.
What I wanted to say about
like, already been seeing it.
One thing I wanted to say about the monoliths is like obviously they're cool at first, but then they're kind of like very similar, right? So like each one you go to, there's like a scenario. It's kind of like D&D where it tells you what the scenario is. It doesn't actually show you. There's no animations, which for me is a little disappointing because they describe really. Obviously, a lot of the time they describe things that are like impossible conceptions, which is interesting, but like I want to see some of that. So there's one, it's like you arrive at the monolith and there's a bird on top with red eyes and his head's like spinning in circles. Yeah. And it's like
I totally wish you could see that. Yeah.
And it's like I want to see that.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously it makes sense. You know, it's a small team; they don't have time to do all these things, but they are really cool. And I just want to see it.
Yeah, you know? I know. That's like goes back to what I was saying. Like they set it up so well that like all they have to do is just add in these things that would just make it that much better. So like,
I wonder if that's something they'll change or if that's like.
Yeah, I know. Like, who knows? Like they could have like tons of DLC later in the past, or they could just not. Like it definitely, like they could take this game. Like it's just set up so well to be an amazing space, like just game in general, not just a space exploration. Like they could do. Like they could have game developers just like use this as like a base and just set up like RPGs, or they could set up.
I was thinking like mod support for this game. If they, like,
that would be.
If the
crazy.
devs were like on board with that, this game could do some nutty things.
That's a really good point. Like if the mods took over this game, like this could be just like a game that I play for like 10 years, like easily. Like
combine this with like the Minecraft modding community.
Yeah. Oh man,
that's the ultimate game.
That's crazy. That's dangerous thinking right there.
You go to one planet, it's just like Halo universe. Yeah. People are just playing Halo 3 all the time. It's
just a first person universe. It's like, oh, I came to the wrong place.
Yeah. So I guess we kind of been talking about pros, but for me the cons for this game, which I mentioned before, is just the things that take me out of it, the things that kind of ruin the immersion. So that's like sometimes the animals, although I have kind of turned. I'm more a fan of those now, but sometimes they are a little lackluster. Those D&D style situations where it's kind of like a scenario that I wish I could see.
It just tells you. It doesn't like paint the picture for you. Yeah.
The autopilot, which I mean, it makes sense. I guess a ship could just have really dank autopilot, but like kind of ruins it for me a little bit sometimes. A lot of reused animations, which we talked about. Yeah. Like, because like even when you're mining, like every single thing is
it's
the
tedious.
Same animation.
Yeah, it gets like, pretty tedious after a while.
Yeah, and then the NPC is kind of boring.
The space stations, that's another con.
Yeah, so for me, it's just those things that are just like, because obviously this game is about like wondering.
Yeah.
Obviously, here's the thing: for this game, you definitely are going to need some imagination. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
If you don't have any of that, then this might not be the game for you.
Yeah, like if you're going
the monoliths
to
are going to be incredibly boring for you. Things like that.
Like if you're going to this game and
talking to NPCs
and you're expecting to just be like driven by an amazing like storyline, like it's definitely not the game for you because you basically just paint your own storyline in this game. Like you choose what you do. Like nothing is ever like forced on what you have to do. Like it's just out there. Like so that's why like I love games like that. That's why I'm really like. I do really, really like this game, but like there are like my cousin, for example, he's like, oh, I wish there was story like line. I wish there was missions and stuff. Like I wish there was just like other bad guys that you like. He's like, man, like imagine this like Borderlands. I'm like, yeah, like obviously that'd be an amazing game, but that's not quite what they're going for.
Yeah, and I think when it comes to because the people who are all about they need a story to kind of drive them along. They don't like that just random exploration. Because this game, I'm pretty sure, does have like a story and like But the thing is, you can't even really just like find that, right? It kind of seems like you'll come across the next point in the story when you can move forward. In terms of like finding the space anomalies, which I'm pretty sure those are tied to the story. It seems like So yeah, it's but that for me, that's the thing, right? That's why we like this game is because of the fact that it just gives you like a toolkit and says go for it.
Yeah, no, and like going back to just like Elder Scrolls, for example, like that game, like I literally spent a full day one time not doing quests, like just literally wandering. Like I didn't fast travel once, I didn't do a carriage or anything. I was just walking and I was just discovering so many things, and that's how like that's what this game is like essentially. Like you just go and explore and all these things. But yeah.
Yeah?
That's
what you have to say about that. I'm just, from my notes, what else do I got? I think, we kind of touched on this, but I like the learning curve of the game, the inventory management. It may seem annoying at first, but I think people who are complaining about that, like, you will eventually learn how to, like, that's, like, not even a problem for me anymore.
Oh, no, yeah, absolutely.
And, like running out of thamium or plutonium, that's just something that eventually it's like, oh, I see some plutonium. Let's see how much I have. Oh, I'm kind of low. Okay, I'll go pick that up. I don't need to, but like I will.
Because like at the beginning, I would just be like, oh, I'm mining this. Like I just strip mine the whole planet. Like just take everything. It's just like, oh, my inventory is full. It's just like I'm taking things I don't really need at the time. And that's what me and my buddy were saying. Like I do really like that you constantly are draining your resources because it basically gives you a reason to like to mine things and like get all these things. So that part I do like how like you always have to constantly.
And you almost like get to a point where you don't even need to mine because because plutonium is frequently in like those little red boxes that are outside shelters and stuff. So you probably get enough just from going from place to place and picking that up. And then thamium, if you're going in between planets, just crash into asteroids. Exactly. You get a bunch of thamium. Yeah. So like you get to a point where you learn for that to not be a problem anymore.
Yeah, totally. That is true.
The only other thing I wanted to bring up is like that bothers me is the movement speed. Your character is so slow.
There's sprinting.
There is sprinting, and that's like barely seems quicker. There is currently a bug. I don't know if you've tried this out yet, where you melee and then you jump.
Oh yeah, no, you told me that. Yeah,
you should try it out because for me it made exploring like 10 times more fun. Because
that is true.
For those who don't know, pretty much you melee, or you first of all you want to sprint, and then you just melee, and then right after the melee, like hit melee and then jump immediately, and you get like a crazy strong boost. And it makes, because to me like the movement speed is like, and you can't change it, right? Your movement speed is your movement speed. You can get like longer sprint times as an upgrade, but the movement speed is like, I don't know why they made it so slow. It's like kind of ridiculous.
It is really slow.
I think it would be cool, like a cool addition later if you could have like almost like a Transformer sort of thing where your ship has like a little car or like a little cart or something.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I think that would be
do like a Land Rover sort of thing.
Yeah, a Land Rover. Perfect. That's
really
perfect.
Cool.
Exactly what I mean. Yeah, I think that would be. I think it's essential, honestly, because the movement speed is like treacherously slow sometimes, and it's annoying.
Yeah, especially because like your only other option is basically just fly everywhere, and like that takes up a lot of like. What's it called? What's the type of resource?
Plutonium?
Like plutonium, like that red stuff or whatever.
Launch
and and like so like you could just do that everywhere, but like me, I just like to be on the land, and like I do agree with you, like it is insanely slow, and that's like the same reason like why like I up like the like move the look sensitivity because like it was just too slow for me. And,
we had to change it immediately.
Yeah, exactly. Like that was just one of the noticeable things, and like the movement speed is really bad. So I find myself like I kind of do like a survey of like the land basically, and then I land in one spot and I try and just land my ship in an area that's around a lot of things. Yeah, exactly. Because if you do have to walk a lot of places, like you are gonna be there for a while. So that is a con. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm. And then I mean, obviously, it's still a newer game and it's a massive game, so there is bugs.
Yeah.
You said there was one in particular.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was on, I think it was a snowy planet or something, and I was just walking, and there was a just like those big nuggets of like resources. Basically, it's just like there's tons of like iridium or like one was like gold, and I was just mining it, and I was just mining it or whatever, and it's just like a big hole appeared, and there's just like a creature like in the middle of it, and its head just like popped down. I was just like laughing so hard because like it kind of startled me at first because I'm just kind of mining, you know, half looking, and I just look back and this thing is just there, and it's kind of like because the creatures look really like unique and just like creepy.
They
basically.
can be pretty demented.
Yeah, and I just laughed so hard. There's another time where there was like a land creature. It wasn't a flying creature because I knew this because there was tons of them just around, and it was just floating there, and it wasn't moving. There's another one where it was a bigger creature. It was like a 4-leg guy. It was pretty big, and it was just like walking, but it wasn't going anywhere. So like obviously like I'm used to like day one bugs, so it's not like game breaking for me. But.
Some of those kind of bugs too could even just be like, well, there's no way. None of our programmers or game testers are ever on this planet, so like that might just have happened, and that's perfectly your spot with this particular creature. And like,
oh, I know.
But there's none. I wouldn't say there's any bugs that are. There's nothing that's like game breaking.
Oh no, absolutely not. And like, there's been some bugs where like my buddy, like, because you know when you thrust off and then you just kind of go up, like he would just get shot right into orbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like collide with like something, there's something like above you that seems to happen.
Yeah.
I've had that happen a couple times. You can like, if you notice that there's something above you, can like, it's cool. You can just like shoot up if you have like the plasma launcher, just destroy that part of the land and get that out of the way. Because sometimes you even just die.
Yeah, no, that's what happened to him. Like he landed in something and he couldn't move or anything, and his health was just going down, and he couldn't do anything about it.
That's weird.
Yeah, and I think he just died because he just couldn't do anything.
Luckily, you can get your stuff back.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because at first, like when you died in space, like they said, like you just lose everything. So I was like so worried the first time I ever died, and I was just so mad. And then I saw like grave.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll go to the grave, and then I got my stuff back. So I was like, nice.
That's pretty hype.
Yeah.
So. Any other points you wanted to bring up, or you want to just do like your overall and then rating?
Points. We've, like you said, you've been talking about a lot of pros, cons. We already mentioned space stations and such. Another thing I will just mention real quick is that because like you are by yourself, essentially in the universe, but like I never
essentially a single player game.
Yeah, exactly. But like I never feel like I'm alone, like in the universes. Like I always feel like there are people around me, whether it just be random people just like flying in space pirates, those big ships that come in, just animals on planets.
Yeah, I like that. There's like if you just look up, sometimes there's just like a fleet of like 3 ships flying around.
And like you can go to those and you can shoot them up. And,
I did. I killed one. I was like, I wonder if I can kill that. And so I got in my ship, chased him, took him out. It was great. I was hoping I could take his ship, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense because I blew his ship up.
Yeah. So like things like that, it just like every time I see those things, I'm just like, oh, this is such an awesome game, and like it just totally like takes a lot away from the cons. So like the cons that I see, like they're not game breaking for me personally, but like maybe if I played it like 24/7 for like a month, like I will get like sick and bored of it or whatever. So I am excited to see what they do with like future DLCs and stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing they've mentioned. I think it's an official announcement too. Is that like all the future content will be free. So that's cool. And apparently really they're working on like a. I guess not there's already a crafting system, like a building. You can build shelters and stuff.
That's really cool.
I don't know, like
that's one thing. Like I know you said it's not like solidified or whatever, but like it would be really cool because like,
I'm pretty sure that's actually like announced. Like that's like the update that's coming out next.
That's really cool because like I've always thought it'd be really cool if you could build like a little shelter on a planet. It could just be like your little home base or whatever, or like you could build like storage stuff so you could store things. I think that would be a really cool thing to add. So if that is true, that's really cool to hear.
Yeah, it'll be weird, right? Because you could build a shelter, but it's like, what if I never come back to this planet? I haven't gone back to any planets yet. Yeah, so
that is true.
It'd be cool if you could have like a little teleport to your home base thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that would be. I mean, it might not fit with the whole like meta of the game, or
just go and explore.
Might not fit with how the world works, but I think that'd be worthy. You could change that. This is their universe. They can do what they want.
Yeah, that is true.
So
all right.
I feel like it's inappropriate almost for me to put a number, like a rating on this game. But I mean, it's as per tradition. We'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I gotta think about my rating. Cause like when I was playing it, like honestly, like there's no reason that this game isn't Game of the Year for me. Like at this point, because like every game that I've played,
Dishonored 2 is probably gonna snake that away.
That is true. Like
it's not out yet.
Exactly, it's not out yet. That is the thing. So it's like so far this year, like this is definitely the game that just every time I play it, I'm just blown away. I'm just like, this is so crazy. Like it's just like I can't fathom how big this universe is. Like I went to the star map and I was in there for like a couple minutes, just looking at everything. It's just like you can go to any single star that you see in the sky. Like that just blows me away, and that's why I love this game. Yeah. Like it's just that sense of just like openness and just like it's just a sea of stars.
And you really feel it too. Right?
Oh yeah,
it's not just like Sean Murray in a trailer saying you can go to that star.
Yeah,
it's exactly. So many companies do that, but in this game it's like you really can.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Like you see, like if you see like a,
it's hard to like even move your cursor to go to the right one because of how massive it is.
Like no, that's what I mean. Like I look in the star thing and I'm like, oh, like what if I can go back to that solar system? And I just couldn't find it because there's just so many around it. There's just I couldn't find it because it's just so huge. And like I think that's like the main reason, or that's like the main thing about this game, and that's what I love about this game. So I think that's why I have such like a strong feeling for this game or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like you said, it's kind of inappropriate to put a number on it, but if I had to rate it right now, I'd probably rate it like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, I think 8's not too bad.
That's fair.
Yeah, because like we said, like, the cons, like, there's no way it could be a 10 or a 9 just because of those, like when you go see NPCs, like, on the space stations, for example. Like, I want it to be, like, just, like, packed with aliens. Like, people are, like, selling things. Like, I just wanted that experience. Like, you just go see, like, a trader, you go see, like, sort of like a blacksmith sort of thing. Not really like a blacksmith, but, like, someone sells, like weapons or something, and then, like a car dealership for space ships or whatever. Like,
and
I think
the numbers change, like, this is up by 2% right now, so sell it while it's hot.
Exactly. I think that would be really cool, and that's kind of what I was like, oh, that'd be really cool if that was in there. So it definitely couldn't be, like, a 9 or 10. Like, if it had that, it could be, like, higher rating, but I think an 8, just for, like, my initial... Like, it's only been out for not that long, so, like, it's really hard to put a rating on a game this big.
GeekVerse podcast, we're growing, but we're not at the point where we get games early.
Exactly.
And we don't have 24/7 to play them and like, rate them. Like, we're not paid to rate these games yet. So
exactly.
For me, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I think, the graphics decent, music's awesome. I love exploring so far. Just, when you walk into a cave, Caves of Wonder.
Yeah, the Caves of Wonder, and like you said, like the music, it's just like it's just so atmospheric when the music starts playing, or if like a storm starts playing, it's just like when you like hear like the storms and everything, it's just like
I love how, for me, super like honestly probably the biggest point to mention is the fact that the game doesn't tell you anything of what to do. You figure it out. You learn everything like genuinely through actually like trial and error, which is what so many games just skip past these days.
They just hold your hand and you just like you don't have the chance to go and explore on your own, right?
Everyone's adventure is different. That's what I love. Yeah. Obviously, the cons for me I mentioned is pretty much just the things that take away from the immersion. So we've talked about that already.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
So for me, my rating, I was thinking somewhere around like an 8, 7.5.
That's what I was thinking. It's in between 7 and 8.
Yeah, so I think it's cool that we're both... I feel like we're actually the most... Like, on the podcast, we always have the most similar views on things in general.
Yeah, that is true.
So I'm not super surprised that happened again for No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think... I mean, obviously, we had the disclaimer, so if you haven't played the game yet, you're still on the fence.
Yeah.
I think if you love to explore and you're okay with the game not having any direction other than what you make of it.
Yeah.
I think this is a game for you. It's almost hard to justify the $80 price point.
Yeah.
Especially in Canada, it's even more.
That is true. Yeah.
It might seem hard to justify that. For me, I played the game and then I bought it after I'd already played it. So for me, it was worth it, and it will be worth it. And I just want to play right now after talking to you about it for the last hour.
Like actually, just skip out on everyone else. But just like. Real quick, like I remember, like every single day I'd get off work, and like my buddy, he had a couple of days off, so he was just playing it.
Yeah.
And like we would just like I would just get on like party chat and we would just compare stories of what's been happening, and it's everything's different, right? Like he had a totally different experience, and then I just like told him my experience, and we're like, oh, that's so cool that you can do that. And it's just like we're playing the exact same
that's
game,
what it's all
but
about.
it's so different.
The game where you can share stories. Like I was watching my friend's stream last night, and she found her first space anomaly, so she went into like the Atlas space thing. I don't even know what it was, but I was just like so stoked and excited. And, like you can hear the excitement in anyone else playing the game.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's just like a sense of wonder. Like you just don't know what you're gonna
I think
find.
both of us feel the same way, that we haven't even dipped our toes in the water yet,
like
right?
barely, skimmed the surface.
I'm really enjoying this game.
Me too.
And I think, obviously, I think we laid it out. You know, if you're down for some exploring, this is a game for you. If not, either way, thanks for checking out.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I think there might be something else tied onto this episode number 73, so stay tuned if there's something else. But either way, thanks for checking us out. Check us out. This is Taylor's role. It feels wrong.
Yeah, I know.
So check us out in the search bar on Facebook, GeekVerse Podcast. You can just type in Google GeekVerse Podcast. Everything comes up. SoundCloud, Twitter.
It's pretty easy.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. What else? iTunes, SoundCloud. Probably mentioned that.
You already said Twitter.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, we said it now.
There you go. You know where to find us.
Yeah, you know
Thanks
where to
for
find
tuning in.
Catch you
next time.
Catch you next time.
It won't be boring.
It won't be
boring.
boring.
Steal Travis's line.